Hi, I'm Dobbs Davis for T2P TV. We are here in day one of the J70 North American Championship. It's an interesting day today. It'll be a light northwesterly breeze that may die out or may provide good racing. We'll see. But first, we're going to get a word from Sandy Grosvenor, our Deputy PRO.
Hi, I'm Sandy Grosvenor, and I'm the Deputy Race Officer for the North Americans. We are really excited in Annapolis to have the J70s back for the North Americans. We ran the very first one of 80 boats 7 or 8 years ago. May weather in Annapolis is a great time to be here. The winds here can be a little bit of everything. You'll probably see a bit of everything in the next few days. The town is just opening up, coming out of COVID. This is our first major championship since as we started to lift the COVID restrictions, and we are really, really excited to be doing so.
Inside 1 minute to go to the start. Boats setting up on both sides. Here in race one, the breeze has been flicking back and forth, left to right, centered around 350, 1.2 miles to the top mark. The other factor out here is about 1.5 knots of current, and there's a starting signal. We see no X-ray flag. Very interesting for a fleet this big. Oh, no, there it is. First substitute, general recall. 10 seconds to go, second attempt at the first race start. Here on day one, the breeze is lightened up. It's still shifty. It's a P flag start. We are looking for any X-ray flag, and there is none. This could be a clean start. Light and shifty air here, but little streaks of breeze. Here on the right side of the course, it's starting to look promising. Margaret McKillen, bow 33, looking pretty good over here on the right. You can see that current ripping behind that buoy, R2. Here's Richard Witzel and Rowdy. Travis Odenbach is leading out of the middle left, has really played this beat nicely about halfway up. Michael Goldfarb, bow 18, was way over on the right off the start. He tacked away, came across the middle, and has now found pressure. Michael Goldfarb, all the way from Seattle, is leading first around the mark. He did a beautiful job on his feet. The fleet's now starting to compress here, just about in the low teens in the roundings, but still many, many more boats to go. Getting very crowded in the middle of the pack. A lot of jibe sets are trying to get back out into the stronger current. Joel Ronan, bow 65, has taken the lead on this downwind leg, which was mostly a fetch from the top. We've got a change of course, 50 degrees to the right. Well, folks, the 50-degree right shift and the drop in breeze down to less than 6 knots has prompted our race committee to abandon this race. The sun's coming out. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, but the conditions have become challenging. Well, folks, this is our second attempt, actually our third attempt at getting a start off for race one. The race was abandoned earlier this morning. Big shift in the breeze. Course now 180 at 1.5 miles down the bay. And as you can see, we've got current. Look at the flags on the signal boat. Interesting geometry here. The current going very strongly, right to left. Sorry, left to right. And we'll see who stays on the... there's the start, and I don't see any X-ray flags. Nothing's been coming from the... Oh, there's one. And it looks like X-ray, so that means an individual recall. And that's actually good news, because this dying breeze has been pressuring the race committee to get a race in for today. We've had a lot of fits and starts of the breeze, big shifts, but this one looks like it's off and rolling. Getting a good start and off onto port tack is really helping this middle group. They look like they've got a pretty good early lead on the pack. Bow number 37, the boat's called McFly, is skippered by Sean O'Brien from Atlanta, Georgia. They look pretty good here over on the right side. Doug Rostella from Newport Beach, California, is in the lead now. It's bow number 19, good to go. They're from Southern California. These conditions very much resemble that, but they've got a good punch out on a really long port tack on this course. This situation with the wind and the current being at just about right angles has made this race course very interesting. It's almost all port tack. Nobody in the fleet right now is on starboard. Bow 20 leading the pack. This is the lead team in the Corinthian division. Scott Sperlin's YOLO from Lakewood, Texas, is first around the mark. He's got Reed Baldridge, Austin Powers, and Fred Stammer sailing with him. Bow number 12, coming in second, is RUFKM. We'll have to ask him what that means. That's Dave Koski from Ohio. It's going to start to get tight here. The boats are coming in fast. Even after a mile and a half of sailing, the current has got all the fleet stacked up here at this first top mark. Well, with this current and a late left shift, it's turning this downwind leg into a reach and probably a fetch. But we'll see. We'll see if the breeze shifts back to the right and more square with the south. Well, the two leaders are not really fighting. They're extending their lead as the guys in the middle are duking it out here in a breeze that's lightening up on this long downwind leg. With that jibe, the Southern California team has taken the lead in this long downwind leg. They came out of the right side with a little more pressure. So coming around the gate, course change, wind goes to 150, 150, left shift on the course. Southern Californians are really liking these conditions. Terry Hutchinson steering bow 41 with a boatyard bar and grill. Spinnaker is leading into the right gate and is in about 5th place. The strong current coming into this gate makes for some interesting roundings. Jim Golden's derecho making his way up the right side of the course. Right now they're lying in the top 10, doing very well in this race. Well, it's been a long third leg to this course, second upwind leg. Breeze is starting to die out a little bit. We can see some struggling. So Val 26, the good Yacht 10, skippered by Bruce Gollison with Judd Smith, Eric Champagne, and Mark Gauthier, has survived the third leg. As you can see, it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter, but they've got one more to go to the finish line. So Terry Hutchinson and his team struggling with the last bits of breeze here. The current has started to change, and that's killing off the wind. The time limit turns out to be not 60 to 70 minutes. That's the target time for a race. But the time limit is a window of 30 minutes after the first finisher. So at this point, that looks like it's going to be tough for a big part of this fleet of 60. But Terry and his team are certainly looking for any opportunity to get back at those Southern Californians that are in the lead. Well, here we are at a long finish line and a long race, and Bruce Gollison gets the whistle. Nice job, boys. Long, persistent struggle against the light air and the current, but they've done it. The next challenge will be for whoever can finish within the time limit of 30 minutes. Well, it's been an interesting first day here at the J70 North Americans. We had a tough morning getting a race off. Race committee had to abandon, but we got a second race off, so one's on the scorecard. We'll see what happens for tomorrow.